Very good afternoon once more from a grey, overcast Sydney Harbour, but there's wind and there'll be some enough wind to have the skiffs all on their second rig. I'm Peter Shipway, and along with Andrew Buckland, Jimmy Bury and the Sail Media team, we welcome you today's third heat of the Australian Championship. We've seen some exciting racing in the first two heats, very tight on the point score, which we'll have a look at shortly. Really won't have much meaning till we get all probably 4 or 5 races done, but after the third race today there'll be significant positions that we can have a close look at. But the day is started soft southerly, southeaster, but now we've got a bit more breeze. But to tell you a bit more about it, good afternoon to Andrew Buckland.
Good afternoon, viewers. Thanks, Pete. Funny sort of set up a bit, but high pressure cells centred over Adelaide, which is 700 miles roughly southwest of Sydney. So southerly south-southeast flow, which has varied considerably in the last few hours. Wind speed above what the models were predicting by and large, and cloud base and mixing height probably about 1,500 metres or thereabouts. So could be a pretty interesting day, but it looks like it's going to be 10 to 16 by and large.
Okay, well, thank you, Andrew. We're in Taylor Bay, awaiting the start, which is probably 15 or so minutes away. And the first heat 2 weeks ago, we saw the same course, the southeaster course. And for those that might not be familiar with the harbour or the 18-footer courses, we'll get Jimmy Bury to run through that for us. And rather long course, Jimmy, but over to you.
Yeah, go Pete. We're on course 3, as you said, the southeast course. Start down here in Taylor's Bay, work their way up to Rose Bay, then a run down to Robinson Point down Kirribilli Way, work their way back up to a lade mark off Clark Island, then run down to Chowder Bay, work their way back up into Rose Bay, run straight back down here to the start area in Taylor's Bay, work back up into Rose Bay, run down to Robinson Point for the last time, and a little short work up to finish off Clark Island.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. The tide today, Andrew, what have we got? We've got an outgoing tide? Or...
Yeah, we've got about a 1 metre fall and pretty much peak flow at start time, so quite a bit of stream.
Okay, well, as I said, we're in Taylor Bay, and the perennial problem on the first beat, which way do we go? Up to Shark Island, and do we split it to leave it to starboard or leave it to port?
Well, Pete, it's an interesting day. Typically with the ebb tide, we leave it to port, right? So
yeah.
Compass wind, magnetic about 150. So I think we'll see the fleet stepping out into the stream, and then to a little degree, because as noted, as usual, there's less wind in Taylor Bay than there is 200 yards upwind. And then step to the right in the tidal protection towards Bradley's Head.
Okay, well, we'll have a look at the fleet. They've got 2 non-starters. Noakes will not be racing, and Lazarus will not be starting. Yandu, as we've said the last couple of weeks, John Winning, Senior, Woody, doubtful whether he'll sail for the remainder of the year. He's due to have an operation on his hip, which is giving him absolute hell, and has for the last 6 or so months, but he's succumbed to the doctor's orders, so he's certainly out for a few weeks. They won the state championship, and they had a magnificent win last week in the second heat of the championship. But today, Tom Needham, young boy from Queensland, comes aboard as skipper of Yandu with Fang Warren and Lewis Brake. Finport Finance, the defending champion, they've had a rocky start to the championship. They got redress after the first heat after an incident with the ferry, and then last week they were OCS, so their race was over before it began, or it never really began for them. And John Harris was the skipper that day, former JJ champion, but Keegan York is back as skipper this week. Phil Marshall, and on the sheet is Kurt Warner. Kurt was part of the crew with Keegan York and Sarah Lee, who won the recently concluded 16-foot national championships on Botany Bay. So Kurt comes aboard a Finport Finance. Andu, who are second on the point score, or equal second. John Winning Jr., Herman is back steering today. Sevi Jarvan, but Harry Smith is in the bow. Sam Newton's still not back in harness there. And the rest of the other crews are pretty much as previous, except Marine Outlet, as but just Jimmy pointed out. Xavier Winston Smith comes aboard with John Cooley and Brandon Byank. So we'll talk about more crews as we get on throughout the day, but we're about 12 or so minutes away from the start, and we might just have a look at the results so far. As I said, only 2 heats. 6 heats will comprise the championship over full course, and 1 drop allowed in the 6 heats. So there it is, worth looking at, but as I say, a long way to go. We've got Yandu a second and a first with 3 points, so they've had a terrific start to this championship. Mika Lane sailed Yandu in the first heat, and then last week James Doran had a very convincing win. And then on second, there's really 3 boats tied on 7 points. Rag and Famish, Harry Price, excellent race last week, came from nowhere to get second. Andu, they had the win in the first heat and then got a bit lost last week and were up there early but drifted back to 6th. And then the consistent Vycobi, Kirk Mitchell, a 3rd and a 4th for 7 points also. So 3 boats on 7 points lost, and Yandu with 3 is a clear leader. But as I say, a long way to go on the points. Smeg and Balmain are next, and Smeg is today's race sponsor and one of the longest, or if not the longest sponsor of the modern day skiffs. And today we're racing for the Patrons Trophy, and we're down here in Taylor Bay waiting for the start, and the breeze is what, 11, 12 perhaps, Andrew? A bit of chop on the lot of power boats, fairly choppy here in Taylor Bay, as we're just looking at Yandu, young Tom Needham at the on the helm. And they're going 2 up? Well, there's got to be someone. There he is, somewhere. They might be trying something novel.
Bloke's hiding in a spinnaker bag.
Having a sleep, a bit of a hangover perhaps. Yeah. But anyway, we're just under 10 minutes to go. So what are we seeing, Andrew? The breeze is up and down as usual in the southeast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's up and down.
Yeah.
Cumbersome. Plus or minus 15 probably degrees from about 160 magnetic.
Okay, well, before we get underway, we'll say hello to some of our regular viewers, and hello to John Martin from Auckland, New Zealand. Johnny Montgomery from Auckland, New Zealand. Hello to you. Gav M. You get about, Gav. You're in the El Salvador Beach Resort in the Philippines. Well, that sounds pretty nice. Sit back with your daiquiris and watch us perform here. Jeff Hurwich from Park City, Utah, USA. Our boats are snowed in, but that doesn't stop us from dreaming and preparing for next season. Good on you, Jeff. Ian Barnard, Graham Jackson, Pete Firminga, Michael Doran, good evening from frosty Lincoln, Nebraska, USA.
Wow.
Brian Phillips just arrived back from the west. Enjoyed last week and looking forward to this one. Graham Bennett, hello to you, Graham, from a wet and sometimes windy Darwin. Hi from Lake Macquarie, from Chris Keevers. Suzanne H, watching from Drummoyne, not feeling too good today. Single malt scotch will make me right whilst watching. Well, don't have too many, Suzanne. Nipper Henderson from Burnett Heads, stinking hot today. Graham Long from Perth, hello to you, Graham. So a lot of our regulars, a lot of new viewers there, so we welcome you all, and please feel free to follow Sail Media on social media platforms to stay up to date with what else we're up to.
And Pete, can I just have a little private indulgence? A shout out to Zach Berkowitz, one of the original supporters of 80-footer racing in the US. I'm not sure if Zach's in San Francisco or New York, but g'day Zach, and I'll get in touch with you shortly. Hope you're enjoying it, mate.
Look out, Zach, will be a reverse charge call from Bucko. So just... So also a shout out to Dave Morgan, an old skiffy mate from the Vaucluse days. He's living up in Queensland now. won an Australian national title back in the late 60s. So hello to you, Dave. I hope you're enjoying it. I believe you watch every weekend. So a big hello to you. And there's a couple of shots of the Travelodge when our old mate Mick Bannister was sailing with he sailed with you in the 12 and he sailed with Woody in the Travelodge, the 18-footer. So we're about 7 minutes away from a start on this Australia Day weekend. We hope you've all had your Australian flags out and flying them proudly, and as we have been. So there's the fleet just having a look upwind in these conditions, 10 knots, perhaps 11 at times. And there's Marine Outlet with new crew today, Xavier Winston-Smith with Brandon and Johnny Cooley.
I thought Winston Smith was the lead character in George Orwell's 1984, if I remembering that correctly.
That's one for you, Jimmy. I know the answer. Not.
Oh, well, I was going to say, I've got absolutely no chance, do I?
Did you go to school, Jimmy?
Well,
you might have gone, but nothing happened.
I attended.
You attended. We'll work at that one, Andrew. Someone might let us know.
Yeah.
One of our learned friends. That's looking in the distance is Watson's Bay, where Dave Morgan would have had a drink or two in his day. The pub there just behind Shaw and Partners Mainsail.
Nice piece of cumulus coming over the hill here too, Pete.
Cumulus.
Yeah.
I like cumulus. Does that mean wind, rain, or...?
Usually a bit of each, mate.
Okay, good.
But if the base is, what did I say, about 1,500 metres, the top is probably 6,000 or something like that. So it's a big bit of cloud.
Okay,
That one there on screen, folks.
Okay, well, keep your eye on the cumulus. I need some rain on my garden, Bucko, so I hope you're right.
Yeah, no, it's raining down to 1,500 metres, but as far down as it's getting, I think. Anyway.
All right, we'll be back on the race course, as they say. There's breeze tends to lift off here a lot,
Yeah.
Andrew, doesn't it?
Yeah, no,
at this starting area. It comes and goes.
It's quite extraordinary, really, isn't it? You know, persistent. Very persistent. Signals are up, Pete,
Okay, 5 minutes.
So let's look at that starting line, Jimmy. We want to go on Port Tack straight away, mate, don't we?
I think so. Yeah, Port Tack looks like, looking up the course, looks like there is a little bit more pressure to the right of the island.
As well as being the right way to go tide-wise.
Hello to John Cooley. Watching as well. Dudley Allard from Cleveland in Brisbane. Hello to you. Chris Steele. So, just over 4 minutes to go. And we're thinking we're going up to the right here, Andrew, into Point Piper and then punch out for the weather mark, which is in Rose Bay. There's the starting boat for Caris. Flag flying there, the official start line.
Probably going to be a pretty interesting top reach, Pete. The angle a little tight when it's in the right.
Well, it always adds thrills and spills, doesn't it? They get that spinnaker on and end up in the zoo, some of them, and got to drop and get round Bradley's. But anyway, that's...
And a little more puff just trickling down here.
Yes,
associated with the cold air.
Okay, well, there's the defending champion. He's got a bit of work to do. He's already had his drop, so he can't afford another bad performance. Keegan York, Kurt Warner and Phil Marshall. And Keegan incurred a bit of damage yesterday, Jimmy, didn't he, in the 16-footer?
Yeah, I think Kurt did what a lot of us want to do.
Please explain.
Kurt on the spinnaker set on the 16, the forward end obviously pulls the spinnaker up and the shoot end pulls the tack line up, and Keeg's ducked in behind him to pull the tack line, and Kurt copped him a good one with the elbow straight to the eye. So
but his elbow's going, yeah?
Keeg's is sporting a nice little shiner.
Oh, well. No such thing as a skiff crew that hasn't been hit by an elbow, is there?
No, mate, no, it's sort of a rite of passage, isn't it, Bucko?
Yep.
Well, I think a couple of points of interest after last week. I think got to watch Andu and Fisher and Rag and Famish. They were a bit of a contrast last week. Andu led at the first mark, and I think obviously went the wrong way. That nor'easter, and Rag and Famish were deep and buried after the first work, and then they got back to second. So it'll be interesting to see how those two go, especially, and also Yandu, which has been really an outstanding or standout performer this season, both in the States and the start of the Nationals. As we look at Shaw and Partners, Emma Rankin, I believe it could be Emma's birthday today. I'm just getting notification. Happy birthday to Emma. So I'm assuming that go birthday girl, Emma.
Good show.
That's from Francis White. So unless it's your... I'm assuming it's Emma. So we'll wish her happy birthday anyway. It'll happen sometime this year.
Like a stop clock, Pete. Will we write once a year or once a day?
Yeah. So, okay, 1:35 to go.
So, Pete, just rumours from the park. I think a Rag and Famish might be quite a good thing today.
I just checked online, Pete. It is Emma's birthday today.
All right, so we're okay. We're doing our homework. That's good, Jimmy. So the breeze lifted off again here, Andrew, down under 10 knots.
But more up the track.
Yeah, all on second rigs, I think.
Yeah, no, everybody on
and
second.
they're all starting to stack up now. Minute 10 to go. It's a long starting line. No one down at the pin as yet. So they must favour this committee boat end, get onto port and get across to Bradley's as quick as you can with a minute to go.
And Fleet being pretty respectful of the line, Peter,
yes,
aren't they?
yeah.
Highly irregular.
Well, Finport's going to be very respectful, I think, after last week.
Well, they're over by about 1 second when you look really carefully at the footage.
Well, you can be over 1 second or 100 seconds. It doesn't matter. If you're over, you are over, baby.
Keegan's still complaining about it. So.
Well, you've got to put that behind you and get on to today. Look at the gap down at this leeward end. No one's down there. Marine Outlet, the most closest boat down there. Okay, we're starting. 20 seconds to go.
A little bit of history
Rags
of getting out of the pin. So
and who's down there as well, but they're only halfway down the line. There's a massive gap down to the pin.
Yep.
Finport's the most windward boat here at the committee boat end.
And the breeze turning a little right as we speak. And
I think they're all going to be clean here.
A good line of breeze coming.
5, 1, 2, yeah, all good, I think.
Easy work.
No problem. Finport late at the committee boat. Fisher, Pykle and Vycobi there. Oh, Finport's in a bit of an ugly spot. He'll go and tack as soon as he can, I think, Finport. Okay, we're away in the third heat of the National Championships for the 18-footers. Oh, yes, it's the breeze quite in the left here. Yeah, I think the wind went in. Oh, it's reasonably even, though I think the committee boat end paid, I think.
Yeah, it should, if you put a line through them right now, Yandu leads.
Well, this will be a good run here. Rag and Famish and Andu down at this leeward end. Above them is Smeg, just tacking.
And doing a bit of trouble, actually.
Yeah.
That's all off the
fast
lull
ferry.
from the big ferry.
The big ferry went through. There you
They're
can
all
see
happening
it.
like Yandu just did
left.
the same.
I just ran into a no-wind area, but it's Yandu with Tom Needham at the helm, just having a wobble getting in the lee of the ferry. You can see him there with the red and blue oval. You can see the fast ferry wake. He's just punched out of that. So, a big split. Most of them back now on port. Oh, Marine Outlet almost capsizing in this no breeze area.
The two ferries.
Yeah, really collapsed the wind, didn't they?
Yep, really smashed it up.
And the Rag and Famish is the boat that got down to the pin quickest. Yandu's tacked. He's well above Smeg and Andu.
And in a beautiful line.
Well, he's in a good line. So just above him, off camera, just on his hip, is Rag and Famish Harry Price.
Yeah. So those two boats are probably going to lead here, Pete, I would say.
Finn Rodowitz and Josh McKnight. Yeah, these look the two leaders here.
Breeze turn left a little, as you suggested, Pete, now. Rag and Famish now up to Royal Prince Edward Yacht Club.
But meanwhile, right on Bradley's head, Finport and a couple of them right on Bradley's. Oh, someone capsized down there.
Kobe almost capsizing down there, Pete.
Yeah, they ran out of wind and almost collapsed into windward.
So that's the residual of the ferry. The aero wash of the ferries, we'll call that.
Aero wash, okay.
Yep.
We'll look out for cumulus clouds and aero wash. I like it.
They're the 2 words for the day, Pete.
We've got a bit of study to do this week,
Yeah.
Pete.
George Orwell, aero wash. But we're watching Rag and Famish. He's not in any aero wash. He's away. The races here. He and just below him, Yandu,
Great stuff, boys.
with Tom Needham and Fang Warren and Lewis Brake looking very good. So it looks like the majority of the fleet, or if not all of the fleet, are going to leave Shark Island to port on this beat up into Rose Bay. Big fleet of OK dinghies and fins here that just in the middle of the course.
So coming from the other side of the track, Fisher and Pike all Finport well out of it.
And there's Rykobi and Royal Oak. They lead the team that went into Bradley's early, looking for a little right-hander to come back on. But Vykobi's been strong this year. 3rd and the 4th in the championship so far. 3rd in the States. Kirk Mitchell, along with Andrew Stevenson and Daniel Barnett, secured a good sponsor the last couple of weeks in Vykobi. But Rag and Famish now finding it a little bit hard to hold a lane there.
Pretty good drag race going on there, Pete.
Setup looks very good on both boats. But Rag's probably got a bit more speed. He's put the bow down just a little to try and get over the top of Yandu.
And they're not in the slow high mode, are they?
No,
They're
they're-
roaring.
And a fast low mode, perhaps.
Breeze has got back to the right.
Yes, well, that's what these Vykobi's just tacked off camera to come back on starboard.
Yeah.
He will lead the charge in from the right, but it looks as though Rag and Famish and Yandu will be clearly 1 and 2, I think.
By quite a way.
They're about half the way up the beat into Rose Bay. Yeah, so the standing out in the middle of the harbour paid to then to get back on port. If you got to cross onto the right-hand side early, it hasn't paid that much. Vykobi we're about 6th. So probably Smeg could be 3rd, perhaps. But we'll concentrate. There's Vykobi coming back on starboard. Smeg's tacked underneath him. Oh, okay, they got through all right. That's okay. And it's Andrew.
Pete, I think Andrew's 3rd.
Andrew's 3rd. I think you're right there, Andrew.
Yeah.
So what's Rag and Famish do? They just take them to the ley line, do they? Or not ley line, they just keep going and...
It looks like there's a bit of a wind shadow under Point Piper there, so you sort of try and sail them into that, drop them there, and
bounce out.
hopefully you bail out with a bit of pressure.
And
Two pretty well sailed boats there.
the breeze just here in the gap between Shark Island and Point Piper. It's about 10, 11 knots. Sea has settled down a bit. Not much chop.
Probably a little bit more wind against Shark here, Pete. 12, 13, perhaps 14. 12, 13, 14.
And someone has rolled the dice who we haven't seen. It's our friends on Balmain. They've gone up.
Yeah, they gave the fleet a good 90 seconds off the line, Peter, so...
They've gone up the other side of Shark Island, leaving it to starboard, while everyone has gone up the other side between Point Piper and Shark. So at the moment, Balmain are well out of it, but they're a long way away from this fleet. And here's Vykobi just tacking at Shark Island. Nice, relatively flat water here, good breeze, good boat speed test here. So it's Rag and Famish and Yandu are the 2 leaders.
And not much between them.
No, speed looks pretty similar. And Vykobi behind Yandu. So Finport about 5th or 6th. There's Yandu just tacking. Harry Smith in the bow. Sevi and
Herman.
Oh, off camera, Rag and Famish just in an ugly tack.
That'll cost him.
That will cost him the lead, I would think.
Yeah.
He's got to pull behind Yandu. We'll see him in a moment, but here's Yandu. There we go. Oh, quite substantial little gap now to Yandu. Boy, this boat's sailing well, this Yandu.
The Fang has got it tweaked up.
Well, they certainly have. It's been fast all year. But you've still got to point her in the right direction and know how to point her. They're certainly doing that. Young Tom Needham doing a terrific job. It's going to get a little tricky, as always, up here in Rose Bay. A few shifts, a bit of pressure up and down, and the mark's a long way up.
Effectively, you've been to run now down to the bottom.
Jimmy, Tom Needham, 420 or 470 sailor, was he?
49
49, I'm sorry,
and
yeah,
part
49.
of the Youth America's Cup team.
Yes, Youth America's Cup. So obviously some talent there.
I think he got like 15th or something in the 49er Worlds.
That's pretty sharp to do that, and in good company. And he's pretty sharp here.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have too much trouble.
Oh, he's handling this very nicely. He's just tacked now on a ley line, or hopeful ley line. There's the 18-footer ferry, the famous ferry. All bets are off there. So here's the Rag coming in on starboard, but Yandu will be across.
Yandu well overstood.
Yeah, just an...
And the
Okay,
Rag
can crack sheets now on the Yandu.
The Rag going to do the conservative thing and tack in line, so that's fair enough.
Yeah, otherwise he'd be gassed there.
Yep.
Okay, here's Yandu. He's a couple of boat lengths away from the mark. Bow coming down. 3, 2, 1 now. There he is.
Big Louis.
He's the leader.
Sensational.
Oh, terrific effort. Jump in like that and lead at the first mark. There's Harry Price right on his hammer. Yandu getting the set done. The Rag right on him. So there's going to be a good race here for down to the leeward mark. Next around, Vycobi. Boy, you can't write these boys off. They've had a great season. They're around in their new Vycobi clothing. They're third. Fourth will be Keegan York. Hey, okay.
That would indicate that Finport's going pretty fast because they were in row C at the start.
And Andu next.
And guess who's next? It's Balmain. Sneaked away, started late, went up the other side of the track.
Yeah, they're just in touch. They're
in touch. Yeah.
Still, there's Smeg around next, followed by Fisher Paykel, Jordan Gertis, then the Royal Oak. Jacob Marks, he's around. Balmain tacking off camera to come in on a, and now round the outside of him will be Shaw and Partners, the birthday girl. Emma Rankin, Cam McDonald and Tom Quigley. Balmain around. Henry Larkins, and meat in the sandwich there is John Cooley on the Marine Outlet. And here comes the Burrowang. Stand by. Whooshka. Oh. There they go. She's around. Simon Nern. And Kitchen Maker will be next. And then the only other one left, I think, Jimmy's the 18-footer restaurant.
They're the only other one I can see afloat at least.
They're still about 200 metres from the mark. It's the Kitchen Makers trying to get a spinnaker up. There she goes. So they're off down to Robertson Point in the Mossman area, or Cremorne area. And it's a VMG run. Bulk of the fleet running into Point Piper, then Jivey out onto starboard. There's Vycobi and Andu. Andu. Oh.
Hold on to it, boys.
Ugly, they'll save it, I think. It's just, oh. Yep, they just need one puff and they're away.
Not sure what happened there.
Velocity header, Jimmy.
Aero gust. What was it, Andrew? Aero puff.
Aero wash.
Aero wash. Whoa. Okay, we're on Finport, just jiving. It's Bradley's head in the background. They've got to get around Bradley's. They'll do that easily. They'll be bow up. Be no real problem to get around Bradley's. The breeze only about 10, 11 knots at best. But Rag and Famish leads. They've grabbed the lead from Yandu.
And in the background there, folks, the famous, infamous Fast Ferry. A number of...
Just splitting between the Rag on the right and Yandu, and then the bottom of the screen is Vycobi. Finport will be fourth, but the race is on. There's the Rag, and a few more jives left yet. She's bowed right up here. So to tell you, the breeze has gone a bit right here, I think, Andrew, has it?
Yes, it has.
Yeah. Just back shot of Vycobi. Not much in this between the two leaders.
Into the Rush Cutters Bay header there now, Pete.
Yeah,
A little funneling effect out of Rush Cutters Bay.
Yandu's got good speed here. She's rolled right up to the Rag.
That's just one more or less puff, Pete, isn't it? Rag got in a better one than Yandu up the top. They're both in the same puff now, I think.
Yeah, Yandu looks quick.
Yeah,
Okay, now they've equalised out a bit, I think.
the Rag's a little deeper though, Pete.
Yeah. Question will be when to jibe. They've got a fair way to go to a lay line.
Yeah, so those two boats
Stay under pressure, I think that's what it's all about here.
about 800 metres from the bottom mark.
Yeah, Yandu a little bow up.
Yeah.
Jive on...
Okay, they jive in
Simon
tandem.
jive.
Yeah, they stayed in that. There's a puff, the good puff they're in.
Sensational.
They're powering down to this leeward mark here, Robertson Point. They are smoking now. They got one more jibing in.
The cruise
There's
view.
Rag jibing onto port. Okay, they got to round the bow of Yandu.
Come on, mate, trim that chute.
Yeah, got a bit of work on both the crews here. Yandu will probably have boy room or mark room.
So I can get the chute
Pressure,
down, mate.
yeah. Yandu working hard. Both bowman crews working hard. Yandu's round.
Halyard's still at the top of the mast
Yep.
on the Rag.
Good job on Yandu. Terrific. The Rag a bit untidy. You got a halyard tangle again, Andrew? Have you?
I told you 100 times, Peter, to get put out the back of the boat, mate. Come on.
Oh dear. That's a big loss to the Rag.
The halyard retriever's a bit temperamental on these boats.
Meanwhile, Yandu, very good crew work. Got the chute down right in time at the mark, and around they go.
And Finport making up yards here. Perfect jibe angle into the bottom, I think.
If I
Getting
Kobe
pretty
spinning
close,
it down, they're
pretty
clean.
close. Yep.
Nice early conservative drop, but that's good. They'll be nice and tight on this leeward mark.
Good bit of ferry boat action too, Pete.
Ferry's going around in fifth.
Wow. Okay, there's the ferry going.
I think he's trying to go to the zoo, Pete. He's
Yes.
trying to just pick his way through. Unfortunately,
He got,
this course crosses every ferry lane this part of the harbour.
yes, he's zigzagging his way downwind, the old ferry, or
Did very
upwind.
well.
Yep. Anyway, still plenty of pressure on the cruise now as Finport's around. Then Andu will be next, and then Smeg. Very good performance from today's race sponsor, Nathan McNamara, Jed Cruikshank and Jack Taylor, and do around.
And have a look at the breeze, Pete. Back
It's
up above.
spiky again. Yep,
Yeah,
that's what we like.
Back up above 15, 16 probably. 14 anyway, above 14.
Okay, Smeg's around.
Nice rounding from all those guys.
Yep, Smeg.
Like that Smeg didn't panic there and
Yeah.
got the chute away before they rounded up. So it's quite a good little one for people
And
at
then
home.
a bit of a group here led by Balmain, the Royal Oak. Burrowang's in the mix here.
And Ando not yet at full noise.
No.
Not sure what's going on there.
Okay, Balmain jibing. Jibe drop. This has been good crew work from these boys all year. Finn Sprott and Flynn Toomey. Good work, boys. Nice and clean at the mark. Fisher Pikeal, he always gives us some good moments. Oh, the Royal Oak. Here comes Fisher Pikeal.
The Royal Oak not having a good day.
No, the green spinnaker belongs to them. Here comes, Fisher Pikeal is around next. Then Kitchen Maker, Burrowang. And there's someone else, Marine Outlets in behind them. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Royal Oak around. Kitchen Maker around, almost. Burrowang. Nice and tight on the mark, Simon Nern.
That
Marine Outlet.
bringing up the rear with that red spinnakers, the 18-footer bar and restaurant.
Yes, they're still coming downwind. They're probably about 200 metres to go to the leeward mark, but all the fleet are standing right on the port tack. No one even thought about taking a starboard hitch. Gone right into Rushcutters Bay. The next mark is up near Clark Island. And it looks like Yandu has jumped away to a nice lead. Looking in the distance, we'll close in on them shortly as the Kitchen 80-footers coming down to the mark. Hugo Stoner, Hugo Lemming and Darcy McCracken. There'll be tail end Charlie at the moment. And there's the fleet.
There's a capsized boat up near Shark Island, Pete, which
So who have we missed?
Shore and Partners, I think, is.
Yeah,
that's
Shore
who
and
it is.
Partners. No.
Is it?
No. We
Yeah.
missed Shore and Partners, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we haven't seen them come back downwind.
So,
Okay, so the birthday girl has had a bit of a tip over, we think. But meanwhile, they're the 2 leaders. You can see good white caps now. What's the breeze, Andrew? 13, 14, perhaps?
Perhaps 15.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yep.
Now, the next run is always the exciting one. Really good run down to
down to
Chowder
Chowder.
Bay, yep. And it's, can I carry it, can I not? Who's first to dare and put the chute up?
Judging by the angles coming this way, whether the breeze has swung back around a bit,
A bit to the
it's
right.
going to be a bit tight, isn't it?
It's a 2-star race to begin with, Jimmy.
With the bow up, go fast, then put the chute up. Well, Yandu is good lead. We'll get to him in a moment. There's King and York in Finport. He's in 4th spot. There's the race leader. Tom Needham and Yandu. Boy, is this boat having a stellar season. Second and first in the first 2 heats of the Nationals. This is the 3rd heat of the Australian titles. She's got a clear jump away at the moment. But this is a rather long course and a few tricks to play yet. And we're just watching Shore and Partners run down to the leeward mark. She's a long way back, so she must have had a capsize.
Yeah, it looked like they had a capsize with the chute up. And Emma must have stubbed a toe, Pete.
It's like a 6-minute with the spinnaker up and about 3-minute without, right?
No, 3 and 1.5.
1.5, you reckon? Yeah, good.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the other day, Jimmy, when Yandu tipped over on that, driving on that run, they were back and going in 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes.
Yeah, but not everyone has the arm capacity of Fang and Lewis to
No,
rip that Spinnaker out of the water.
An angry Louis Brake would get the shoot down pretty quickly, I would suggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Andu and Finport.
Yeah. This is tricky, this mark position, isn't it, Pete?
Yes, it is. A lot of puffs, a lot of shifts. It is very tricky. Not straightforward yet for Yandu and Rag and Famish.
And I think the Rag's done the right thing in coming
Yes.
in on the starboard tack lay line.
Yeah, gone closer to Clark Island.
Yep.
See,
Sorry, not on screen. So, and
Yandu, oh, he's up and down. You can see it.
Yep.
Up and down in pressure, up and down in direction.
Yeah.
Oh, one crew in.
Yeah.
Oh, header on.
It's a tough thing.
Really good puffs and really soft spots.
Yeah.
It's Bradley's head in the background.
So the Rag on the starboard tack lay line, probably going to be back in front of him, Pete.
He's certainly closed the gap.
Yep.
You can just see the pressure up and down.
No, Yandu's got a good left-hander to get the last 100 metres in. Okay, and conversely, Rag and Famish has got nothing. Oh dear.
And a big header.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fluky up here in the mouth of Double Bay.
Yeah.
See one crew in.
Well, they are quite close.
Yep.
And I don't think the Rag's actually going to lay looking
think-
at it. But
There they go. And Rag will be struggling to lay this mark, I think.
No,
Okay, Yandu is around. The Rag, they're just pinching hard to get there. Will they get there?
Well, they will.
Yeah, they will. They will.
Just.
Okay, so it's about a 10 or 12 seconds lead. Oh, there they go. Don't forget you can touch the mark, kiss the mark in 18-foot racing.
So now they've got to make a call. And I
Now
think
the call.
the Rag should hoist. Andu's certainly hoisting. Face of that puff will help the Rag here.
Okay, Yandu is hoisted.
Great set on the Yandu.
Yep,
Wow.
good all round and good on the Rag.
Yep.
Okay, the race is on to Chowder Bay and a good race for third off camera.
Big gap, but
By Kobe,
Finport,
Finport and Andu.
Finport in third, I think, Pete, just. Perhaps not. Easy lay line for them and more wind coming.
Yep, this is the battle for third. Kobe will get there first.
And not on camera, Pete.
Oh.
Yeah, two and the Rag have just been hit by a huge
They're
header.
off to the zoo, as we thought. They're well below Bradley's head at the moment.
But I think you got to get your Spinnaker on what we're seeing up here,
Yeah,
right, Andrew? You've got to get it on and just get out of this bay.
Like Kobe, Finport and Andu just hanging onto their tails here. There'll be another 10 seconds around. Here they go. They've got a good puff to get round. Harry Smith in the bow today.
Just come back trying to get these other ones.
You can see the puffs on the water there. It's not steady breeze at all. It's very puffy. Oh, you can see Yandu. Andu's there light. He's in a bit of a soft spot.
The Rag's
Kobe's
knocking
got
their
some pressure.
Spinnaker off in the background there, Pete.
Yeah, you can see them, the Rag and Yandu right on Bradley's. There's Yandu still got it up. He's looking at the lighthouse on Bradley's head. The Rag have dropped. They'll main and jib reach up above him. What's Yandu? He's got to drop. He's not going to get around there. There he goes, yep.
It's a classic test, isn't it, Pete?
Yes.
How far to carry? Can you get it down?
Never lets you down, this reach, does it?
No.
Always something.
Yeah. So no change in the relative position of those two boats. So
Now, here's a
after
friendly,
all
look
that-
at this friendly power boat. Look at this kumquat head. Yes. Finport will be giving you a bit of a what's-toozy there. Look at it. Ah. Ah. Well done. Okay, that's by Kobe. I'm back on Andu in fifth, but very close enough to third to make things interesting. There's by Kobe. 2 leaders, top of screen. Both Main and Jim reaching. Now Vykobi gets the puff. It's going to be a similar story, I think, Andrew.
Time to drop for those boys. Before they get at the ferry watch, Pete. How about that for a theory?
Yeah, Vykobi be dropping. Finport Keegan's going to have a go at this.
Keegs and his boys pretty good at this.
Well, look at Finport. He's driven over the top of Vykobi here, but
Got a problem on Vykobi getting the
Vykobi got a bit
down.
of a problem.
Now it's coming down.
Finport going for a bit of a rag, and then I think it's going to be tight. But behind them, Andrew's having a crack as well.
I think Finport done the right thing there. Just got into the slightly lighter air. Maybe not.
Okay, that's Andrew. Behind, there's Finport dropping. Yeah, they're getting too close to Bradley's. Oh, Finport's in a bit of trouble. And Andrew's having a go here. He's still got a full shoot. He'll carry this around Bradley's. He's powering himself into real contention here, Andrew.
Just got to watch Finport below him there.
Oh, he's right on Finport. Finport going for the luff.
And will just have to wait
trouble here,
and put the bow back down.
Yeah.
But he's all right, they're clear.
Yeah,
I know,
no,
dropping.
Okay, so all 5 of the leaders without spinners at the moment. And there's the 2 leaders, both Main and Jim reaching to the mark, which is only about 50 metres away, less than that. Yandu leads. Rag and Famished second, there's the mark. Back up to Rose Bay now. So do we split again to go to the lead Shark Island at Port Andrew?
I reckon. Nothing changed, I don't think, fundamentally.
You've got to be impressed with this young Tom Needham. He's doing a terrific job at the helm of Yandu. Very accurate in his steering, very good crew work. Okay, there's Harry Price around. Not giving him an inch here. This is going to be a good battle. There they go. Rags bailed out in good pressure.
Yep, and you got a nice line to go across in.
And I think Yandu, yes, Yandu's going to tack as well. So they're off on the long port, you'd think.
Yep.
Where's that cumulus cloud gone, Bucko?
It evaporated, Peter. No rain for your garden, mate. Gee whiz.
Okay, Vykobi, is he still in 3rd spot? I think he is.
Yeah, he's still in 3rd
Yeah,
with Finport 4th and Andu 5th.
It's amazing with all those shenanigans, it's just stayed where it was. They've opened up a bit.
Andrew had a bit of bother getting the shoot off, Pete.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't mind telling you.
With Finport around his bow didn't help him.
Yeah.
But that's 3, 4 and 5. Vykobi, Finport and Andu. And then a fair gap then. Oh, off camera. Andu just ran into a really soft spot.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Lead back to Rag and Famished, Pete, I would say, almost. Looking at it, Vykobi coming in hot.
you've got some really
and he's just gone through the...
bad waves here to go around this mark. You'll see them in a moment.
But he's gone through the aero wash of the ferry.
Yeah. Okay, he's away now. Finport next. He's at the mark.
In a good bit of puff.
I think he'd fancy his chances of having a good go at Vykobi here.
Yeah.
Kobe's tacked.
Question of how far you go on starboard here, Jimmy. Yeah, they're very close. Good line of breeze coming out of Rose Bay, Peter. And Andu's struggling to get down to the mark. How about that? Not full riding moment in use.
There's a nice friendly powerboat. Just couldn't have got a bit closer if he tried there. Jeez. Just to shake your head. Look at that. It's so easy to go behind him, but no, he goes right in front of him. And he knows where to go. He wants to get far quickly right as he can. Next will be Smeg in 6th spot. And then Balmain.
Fisher Paykel.
Fisher Paykel, yeah. Smeg having a good day out. They were, so far their regatta has been pretty good. They've had 2 7ths. And they're in sixth spot at the moment.
They were out early today just for a bit of training
Yep.
with some of the top guys, which was good to see.
Balmain next. They've got themselves back into it.
The usual story. Balmain coming
yeah.
from fullback and
Yeah, they don't seem to get off the line too well, do they, those boys? But boy, they've got some speed once they get settled down.
so Pete just back to sort of down range and turning a little bit more left.
Left, yeah, as the sky's clearing.
Hot water here. 23-degree water temperature in here. Pretty warm air temperature though, 26, 27 perhaps.
Yeah, it's clearing to the east, this sky, southeast very quickly, so probably, So do you push hard to the left and hope for a big left-hander?
Well,
A big Hail Mary, wouldn't it?
be a big Finport's probably on the right path, Pete, if we can have a look at that. Bow up towards Prince Edward.
Yes, he is quite high. The Royal Oak is next around. Following him will be the Kitchen Maker, but there's Finport, high on port.
So a bit of a game of find the wind now too. Fading.
So we go up to Rose Bay, then back to Taylor Bay. There's Finport.
And the dirty air of the cruising boat. Just got clean of that and the hull got replaced by a puff.
Yeah.
Off they go.
Tom Needham steering the Yandu. Remembering he's a top 49er sailor and part of the Junior America's Cup team for Australia. And he's doing an absolutely outstanding job at the helm of it, Yandu. And we've just heard from Tiggy Blah Blah. Do you know him, Andrew?
I have to take a pass on that one, Pete.
I don't know Tiggy, but he used to sail a cherub called Kumquat May.
Oh!
So there you go. Good on you, Tiggy. We like you.
Yes.
Got a lot of your mates out here. But on the Finport, the defending champion, trying to get into third spot, but the news for him is that Vycobi has really opened away from him. Is Vycobi's quick, Andrew, upwind? Well,
Absolutely.
he's quick generally.
They're just quick.
Yeah. And so they're all going up towards Point Piper, leaving Shark to port.
And compass wind probably now 140-ish. Magnetic.
Almost a true sou'easter. Clearing sky, Yandu.
Yeah, that standard 135 that you sometimes get at the start of the harbour, Peter, eh?
Yeah. That's the lovely Point Piper in the background. So it's still a battle between Yandu on port and coming across on starboard is Rag and Famish, but I think Yandu probably still leads. Not by much.
Rag and Famish in a fantastic line of breeze and just about to come in a shot on the right.
And there's some good breeze here. It's nice. Flattish water approaching this weather mark. Yeah, Yandu still leads. There's the Rag.
But the gap hasn't changed much, has it?
No, it's still a very tight battle at the front of the fleet on this third heat of the Australian Championship for the 18s.
And Pete, observably very low error rate from both these boats.
Excellent accuracy and precision.
Yep.
Setup looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, all the smart money went on those two boats too, Peter, so the smart money is smart, right?
See little white caps now between the Rag and the weather mark, so it's a good breeze. Just need some accuracy in this shifting breeze. It does shift a fair bit up closer you get up to this weather mark. But at the moment, we're looking at the rag, but if we look at the Yandu, he's on a very tight lay line. You know, he's probably under at Yandu. He's just taking a header now.
Yeah, but starboard rounding, Pete, he's pretty happy with that.
Yep.
Doesn't pay to tack at the mark to be that close. Need to sail 4 or 5 boat lengths on final approach if you can. And they've done it pretty well.
Yeah, he's opened out a little bit, even that last couple of 100 metres.
Yeah, good line of wind.
He got into that point and got a nice pressure line. Just about to tack.
Just in the back of shot there, Pete, off Steel Point, Finport, working up the left-hand side of the island.
Well, he's picked a shift a bit, hasn't he, I'd say, Jimmy? Permanent left-hander.
Right, Yandu leads. He's away.
Probably going to lead by 45 seconds here now.
Yep.
Something like that. Rag looks like they're going to lay okay.
Rag, yeah, he's just still a bit tight.
Yandu's got the shooter. Gone.
You can see the rag in a moment. Struggling here.
2 little tacks.
Oh, that's going to be costly.
He might get rescued by the puff, but I don't think
There's
so.
not much of a puff.
He's
Got
a little header.
Oh dear, that is costly. Meanwhile, Yandu is powering away towards Point Piper, just jibed. So he's going down the left-hand side of the island, or the western side of Shark, as Rag goes round.
50 seconds,
Yeah,
mate.
that lead really extended in the last little bit.
But look, jibe set.
Yeah, split the island.
And look how far behind Andu is. Sorry, folks, just coming to shot on the coming upwind still. They're a good 3 minutes in arrears of Ragged.
Yeah, the Vycobi will be third. Andu will be fourth. I think Finport's gone right up into Steel Point, and in the right-hand side, leaving the island to starboard. The Rag just a little bit of avoidance on Andu.
The Yandu had to do the same with Smeg just a fraction earlier there.
Okay, well, here's Vycobi, Kirk Mitchell, Andrew Stevenson, Daniel Barnett.
Well, Pete, I can tell you, Andu has jibed in not much wind at Shark.
No.
Rag and Famish on the face of an absolute screamer, so they might be gaining here.
The big loser there has been Finport.
Yep.
Put the mocker on him down at Chowder, didn't I?
So Andu will be a clear fourth behind Vycobi in third.
We'll talk to the bowman Phil afterwards, and we'll just say, are you using up all your errors before the Gildan, mate? Something like that.
Well, this is the third of 6 heats for the national titles. So the fleet are quite spread. It's a big split between first and second now. Yandu's gone to the western side of Shark. Rag and Famish the eastern side. And here's Finport. What's he doing? He's right up to windward, going past this moored super yacht, or whatever you call it. What do you call it? This is a super yacht, Jimmy?
Yeah,
It rates.
Rosiana.
Oh?
It rates. It rates. So the big yacht is moored on the port tack ley line, as Keegan just found out.
Okay, VMG run down to Taylor Bay. There's Vycobi on the left, the Rag just jibing.
Yandu
What
with the
was-
back of
what
screen
we're
have
seeing-
opened up.
She's
Massive.
absolutely opened up. Yandu. Boy, oh boy. There's Yandu right down, approaching the leeward mark.
Yeah, well, Yandu must have found a good bit of pressure
Down that side of the island.
Yep.
He's about 50 seconds ahead. He's a bit soft there now. Rag's running down in good pressure, but it's still a very sizable lead.
And above 1 minute.
Yandu jibing to get down to this leeward mark.
Coming in on, Pete.
One more jibe to do. As the mark just disappearing behind. Not far off a jibe.
Difficult, awkward mark to low in the corner of Taylor Bay here. Completed jibe, so didn't get it right for a jibe drop. So I think that's about the first thing we've seen him do today that wasn't quite up to scratch, Pete.
Quite as accurate as they have been, so we'll give them a 8.5 out of 10 there.
Yeah, but completed jibe and did a bit of square running into the mark. Not really what the textbook says. Anyway. Breeze very spotty down here. Rag and Famish jibed too early as well.
If you're asking whether Australia's got an America's Cup team, no, they have not. They've got a junior America's Cup team and a women's America's Cup team, sailed in the AC40 class. As far as the actual America's Cup, no, we don't have a team, but we've got a lot of Aussies sailing in the actual Cup, notably Tom Slingsby, who's steering the America's Cup team. So that's the answer to that question, as we're watching the Rag just get down to this leeward mark where it's quite light.
Pretty conservative from them, but...
Did you get a time here, Andrew?
I have, Peter. Have a guess.
It's minute plus easy.
It's just over a minute.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's a minute plus.
A minute 5, I would say,
Okay.
and a horrible rounding.
Yeah, well, they haven't got much wind here. It's lifted off again. Here comes Vycobi. They've closed up on Finport, that's for sure, and that Andu has closed up as well. That's
On Vycobi. Finport's gone further back than fullback, all the way back to Smeg, nearly.
Yeah, that was a costly.
Yep.
From
Won't
Finport.
go that side of the island for a while, will he?
No, I don't think so.
Yep.
Okay, Vycobi's round 3. Andu's closed up in 4th.
Yep. And Andu, pretty efficient rounding actually.
Very nice, yeah.
Better than everybody else at this
Just
point.
had a bit more pressure to get around. Come on, Harry, get that jib on, son.
The sheet hand pulls the jib on,
All
mate.
right, okay, well, someone do it. Get the spinnaker away, Harry.
It's a demanding moment, mate, for the old sheet hand. Pull the mainsail and the jib on.
At the same time.
At the same
yeah.
time, yeah, exactly.
Well, there's Finport.
And can you grab a handful of Vanger?
No, you get that first.
Yeah.
Okay, so Finport will be next, then Smeg, then Balmain, then Fisher Paykel. And then a long gap back to the Royal Oak.
On a screamer, the Royal Oak. Wow.
Oh, boy.
Breeze rotating further here.
Here's the Royal Oak backward shot.
There with a green shoot. Lucky to make Bradley's at the moment. Oh, just light again for Finport. Smeg's barrelling down.
Finport very conservative, but maybe not unwisely so, because there's a big bit of wind on him.
There he goes.
Smeg got a bit lucky
Yeah,
there.
they got a bit high though. Smeg.
Yeah, but they got lucky. They didn't have to do 2 jibes.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of square running. But
Next will be the orange shoot of Balmain, but there's the Royal Oak. Are in a real beauty there and still in it, really. You see the dark water behind them. It's rolling down to them. There's Balmain. Smeg's just gone round ahead of them. Then Balmain. Ooh,
Pretty good drop, but too close to the mark. So.
there's Smeg just going upwind on starboard. Balmain next, and then next to getting Fisher Paykel trying to get down to this mark. He needs a bit of a gust, which he's going to get. Don't know whether it'll get him down far enough. It might. The Royal Oak fairly high.
Good header coming, Pete. They'll be right.
Yep. Fisher Paykel, Royal Oak, and then the blue spinnaker belongs to Burrowang. And above him is the Kitchen Maker with a white shoe, but here's the Burrowang hammering down. Oh, Fisher Paykel's in trouble. He's dropped his spinnaker overboard, and he is doing some significant trawling.
Some prime farming.
And he's in real trouble here.
Yeah, he'll go
capsize imminent, I think.
He'll go on the drink.
Oh, probably. Still upright, but it's plenty of action. No, I think he's going to pull him over, isn't it? Yeah, they're trying to capsize the boat. There they go. Fisher Paykel's over. Oh dear. He's got the spinnaker just dumped in the water and it just took over. Okay, we're on the Smeg. Now the breeze in the left a little and only about 10 knots. So another work up into Rose Bay, then the big run down to Robertson Point, and then a little short beat to the finish. Okay, there's Marine Outlet. She's back at probably about 8th or 9th spot. Smeg and Balmain going upwind in left-handed pressure. They're 6th and 7th respectively, but I don't know which respectively it is, who's 6th and who's 7th, because they'll be close together. Finport in 5th. On Andu. He's closed up a bit on by Kobe here. Just in a little soft spot. He's just coming into some pressure around the back of Shark Island. He's into it now. I think by Kobe, you'll see him in the distance there, yeah. He's still 3rd. Now the red spinnaker is Shaw and Partners. They had that swim earlier, and then the other red spinnaker at the top of the screen is the 18-footer bar and restaurant. Remembering today Noakes are not out here and Lazarus are not out here. Just get it close. So we're on the clear race leader Yandu. Just tacking now pretty close up on to the mark. Starboard rounding, run downwind to Robertson Point, Cremorne, and then the beat to the finish. So things are looking pretty promising here. Oh, he's taking a significant header at the moment, so he's well under the mark.
Quite light here at the mark now,
yep.
Pete. Just 10 knots, if that.
There's the iconic Sydney shot of an 18-footer, the Harbour Bridge, and the 18-footer ferry just gone out of screen.
Not to say the Opera House.
And the Opera House, yeah. We'll rate that. Getting light again. Tacking, yeah, a little short tack in. Oh, this is a really significant lead.
Giving him a bit of a touch-up, hasn't he?
Yeah, just getting stronger and stronger. So 3 different skippers. This boat's performed exceptionally well. James Doran last week, Mick Lane the first week of the titles, and now Tom Needham. Lovely spinnaker set.
Louis and Fang, guns for hire,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
All good.
Fang Warren and Lewis Brake putting together a pretty formidable package. That's the rag still coming upwind. This could be close to a minute and a half, 2 minutes, couldn't it? By the time he gets up here.
120, I think, Pete.
Okay, give you 120. That's the gap. See,
Mind the gap. Mind the gap.
yeah, rag still coming upwind. The Yandu barrelling downwind. He got some good pressure here now, Rag. And Yandu getting a bit of a challenge going for the 3rd spot on Vaikobi. The Rag in good pressure. He's about ready to tack. There he goes. Little short one in on port. See the mark in this 3, 2, 1. There it is. Not there yet. 135, Pete. And that's what he's chasing. That's what Harry Price is looking at.
And not on screen. Andu looks like they're in front of Vaikobi.
Well, that's a good effort from Andu. They were just tacking it on a low line. There's Vaikobi just above them. So good battle for 3rd. That'll be the real battle, barring any catastrophic incidents. That is the battle for 3rd. So Andu will lead Vaikobi. They're both laying. Okay, Andu 3rd. Vaikobi 4th. Good set on both boats. Just kept on keeping on it. They're jibing now. The breeze has gone into the east a lot more and lightened down to about 8 to 9, 10 knots in the puffs perhaps. There's a good little heading puff for him. As the rag is just down off Shark Island. Yandu laying into Bradley's Head on a beauty there, but we're on the rag. Just jibing. Wow, this has been a very, very outstanding performance by this crew. Just kept on keeping on and really opened up a marvellous lead. Just they're going to not far off a jibe here. There they go. They're running in under Bradley's. Bradley's Head. There they go.
Textbook stuff, Pete.
Oh, Tom Needham looks as though he's been home in an 18 for all his life. It's fantastic boat handling.
Well, you know, the 49 is quite a bit more difficult to sail than an 18, so you've got less rolls when you're on the back of the 18, and the boat is easier to sail.
Well, he's certainly showing his pedigree, skill, whatever way you want to look at it. It's absolutely of the highest order. Looking right at home at the helm of Yandu.
Yeah, he's got about three minutes sailing, 2 minutes sailing to the bottom mark. And just a short beat to the finish.
Yeah, they've got about 300 or 400 metres to the leeward mark, and then a beat up into Clark Island to the finish.
Yeah, and some good wind coming for them here. Hard left, breeze now probably even 130 at times.
Yeah.
Magnetic. Classic stuff.
Look at that, we're right with them. We're right in the cockpit. And they are off to the races.
Wow, just got a big header. They were thinking about a job.
Yeah,
and then,
probably didn't want that. Obviously, here they go.
I think that might be a bit early, but anyway. Let's see. Yep, too early. Breeze moved. Maybe they'll be all right. Yeah, no, they're good.
Jibe in pressure. Good skills. About 50 metres, 40 metres to go. Way ahead. Nice conservative drop here. Under no pressure at all.
Yeah, Jibe was a little bit early perhaps, but we'll let him off on that one, Peter, will
I'll
we?
give him 9.8 for that.
Oh, no, 8.5.
No, 9.8. Look at that. Beautiful.
Nice wind.
No. A bit light here. And looking back, Rag is just still off Bradley's head. There they are. Just going down the western side. Probably not far off a jibe anyway. There they go. Probably trying to lay in on one there, but a couple of headers they'll do that. But the breeze gone a bit to the left won't help them. No, they're above the mark. Sydney Zoo in the background there, if you're a visitor or from overseas. That's the famous Taronga Park Zoo. Athelbite. And the Rag and Famish in second spot.
Vycobi look like they've got back in front of Andu.
They do, Jimmy, yes. Have a look at them in a moment. There we go.
There you go.
So Vycobi is was behind Andu at the weather mark. They've jumped away a little into third spot.
I think that must have been a little error from Andu of some kind. That's a big change. Pretty big rotation, Pete. Coming out the mark on starboard jibe. Fit for it.
Well, here's the Rag just in very down pressure going around the final mark on the beat to the finish.
About
It's around now.
About 220 in arrears, Peter. So they
So
lost
open up. Oh, now
as the breeze squared, the rich got richer, yeah?
well, they won by over 2 minutes last week, and they're going to do probably the same again this week. Well, there's, and is that Andu? Yes. That's Vykobi at bottom, and then Andu at top. That's the battle for third, with the Rag clearly in second spot. Yes, Vykovia really opened up on Andu there. Finport's come into the play a little. It's him with the white spinning at top left. And where's Andu? Here he comes.
Coming
yeah.
in here.
Yeah, this is it.
Finport's in front of him, I think, perhaps, Peter.
Finport is in front of Andu, I think. And he's right on the hammer of the Vykobi. So, again, the good battle continues to third spot. Oh, Yandu's going to have a piece of him here.
Even. Finport, precautionary early drop.
Andu, good work.
Yep.
Nice work at the mark. Close Finport out.
Oh, Andu's still got the shoot up. Finport's still got the shoot up.
Well, Andu's controlling that position, you'd think.
Well, in a sense, Pete, whoever can tack first will come out in front, I think. Subject to...
But, meanwhile, back at the ranch, it's Yandu. Halfway up this final beat to the finish. Looking absolutely terrific. Will be a second win of the national titles. Third heat, she's had a second and 2 firsts. Pretty good start to the regatta.
Jimmy. Let's have a look at this rig as they go into a puff.
Another good little puff about to hit them now.
Yeah.
Looks pretty nice setup, which you'd expect with this clear win.
Yeah, they've certainly got that sorted out, Pete, haven't they? Jib sheeted absolutely on the money. How about that? Thanks, Dylan. People will study this. Beautiful. Nice jib twist. No sheep movement, just bolted in and ripping. Righto, Dill.
Well, I can smell the finishing line now. It's not far away. And the third heat of the Australian titles is almost done and dusted for Yandu. Right into Clark Island. Good pressure coming down the side of the island that they're coming into. Probably go as far as they can here. A nice little streak of breeze, probably the best in the bay. There they go, into it. Boy, these boys are working in absolute precision, skill with these tacking and manoeuvres. Little light spot.
Yeah, a bit of an ugly scene up in the bay.
Yeah, it's always tricky here in this dying breeze, and finishing line way up in the mouth of Double Bay.
I think
Score after 3 heats. Yandu leads on 4 points. Rag and Famish 9 points. Andu 10. Vycobi 12. Smeg 20. Balmain 21. So they're the top 6. Remembering 6 totals in all, and you drop your worst performance. The Finport, well, they're carrying a OCS, so they're still a long way down, but their position will improve once the drops come into play. They got a 4th today. So
a very shaky 4th, Peter. We'd rate that, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Up and down, and
Yeah. He was
a bit inconsistent.
Never really there. He got a poor start and then never really recovered. So we've got Yandu first, Rag second, Andu third, Finport 4, Vycobi 5, Smeg 6, Balmain 7, Royal Oak 8.
I think
looks like
very close, Kitchen Maker and Burrawang.
Kitchen Maker and Burrawang. This is the battle for 9th and 10th. Burrawang's going to do it, I think.
Burrawang's just ahead, but
Yeah, he's got one more tack. Oh, they both got tacks to do. Now, what's the Burrawang going to do here? Extend out.
and find something exciting, Peter.
Just got to stay under pressure, really,
Yeah.
and he'll be okay.
Kitchen Maker in a little more pressure on this edge, but he's not close enough.
No, the Burrawang's light, but will be there in 9th. Good effort from the Burrawang.
Not a bad effort from the Kitchen Maker.
Oh, Kitchen Maker, no, he won't get there. Kitchen Maker 10.
Enough to make him nervous, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then 11th, a long way back, is Marine Outlet, I think.
Reaching in on the Port Tack low line. Beautiful.
Oh, so
Reaching, and I mean reaching. Get the jockey pole out.
So this is Marine Outlet, is it? And then next will be Fisher Pike, all a long way back. She's only halfway up the beat. In the background, Vycobi going out for a bit more practice, are they? Maybe,
Probably got a guest on board, Pete.
yeah, maybe taking them for a ride. So I think just while we're waiting, I'll make mention of one of our crew behind the scenes here. I think it's a worthy mention. We perhaps should have mentioned it a couple of weeks ago, but firstly he wasn't here, and that's our drone operator, Dylan Clark. And Dylan, who is an unseen hero here, like all of us, we're seen heroes, but he's unseen. He brings those marvellous drone pictures to you, and a marvellous drone operator, and he was part of the crew of Law Connect that won line honours in the recent Sydney Hobart race in a wonderful finish. They got home over Comanche, as we see Marine Outlet finishing by 52 seconds in the second narrowest winning margin in line honours in the history of the Hobart race. So, Dylan, we haven't congratulated you formally, so I think on behalf of all the team, we're thrilled for you. It was a great win, and maybe we'll have a couple of words with you next week to tell us how you did it. And I know it was all down to you, but you did a pretty good job. So, hearty congratulations, Dylan. It was terrific to see, and I'm sure it was a thrill for you and Christian Beck and the crew. So, well done as we draw this third heat of the Nationals to a close. We've just got 2 to come, I think. Jimmy, how have we got?
You've got
Fisher
Pykle, Shore and Partners.
Shore and Partners, 18-footer still going.
Six
where's he?
I haven't seen them
Has he been? I
for
haven't seen all.
quite some time. I think they might be back on the beach.
We haven't seen him much at all. have
No,
we? Sixth.
18-footers bar and restaurant. They appear to be heading on home. And and the other one was, I think that's it.
That's it. Did we see 6th out here today? We didn't see Noakes, we didn't see Lazarus, they were non-starters. Anyway, look, we'll just sum it up and finish up. A great win to Yandu in the third heat of the Nationals. Dragon Famish second. Andu third. Finport 4. Vycobi 5. Smeg 6. Balmain 7. Royal Oak 8. Burrowang 9. Kitchen Maker 10. Marine Outlet 11. Looks like Fisher and Piker will come in 12th. So, fourth heat next week. Same time, same place. We'll be here to bring it to you. Hope you've enjoyed today. As always, we've enjoyed bringing it to you. So on behalf of the Sale Media boys, Jimmy Bury and Andrew Buckland, and what did we have? Andrew, I want you to describe what we had, an aero spout or something. What was that word?
No, we aero wash off the ferry.
Aero wash, okay. So look out for cumulus clouds and aero wash this week, gentlemen, ladies. And we'll be back same time.
Watch Top Gun with the jet wash, right?
Jet wash. Okay, same time, same place next week. Peter Shipway on behalf of the crew saying farewell from Sydney Harbour.